Okay, so in order to get the next boss, I'll just press A and wait. Because, again, you don't need to control anything. You can if you want, but it's not necessary. Because your character will always just walk in walking speed.
But don't expect all the answers. It's all about what a man does. That, my friend, is a prison. A prison within a prison. A very clever trick. You and the prisoner have a lot in common. She turned up one day, destroyed everything in her wake, and then, bam! She got caged.
I like that the rabbit just shows up. We never see him walk, actually. Actually, we do, but not yet. Most of the time, he just shows up in front of us. Like so.
They had to build all these layers so she couldn't get out. And you couldn't hear her scream.
That rabbit, by the way, by the game is called The Voice.
She tried to tear through those walls so many times. But they just kept growing back around her. It drove her completely insane. Enraged, she'll hunt anything and rip it to pieces. Now that's some jailer, right? But you and me, we know that being locked up fucks you up inside. We know that so well, don't we? That's why we did what we did. That's why we're getting out. That's why our story doesn't end like hers.
I don't think this next boss will actually talk. Just scream a lot. So the first two bosses honestly didn't sell me on the game. What's the third one, which hopefully we'll see. I should be able to do this, I mean I've done it before. Plus the earlier bosses are much easier than the later ones, and I managed to beat those somehow. Ah. I want to use my charge shot. Ah, I missed. Oh yeah, those walls are actually destructible. I forgot. In order to play this game well, you kind of need to do the claw. Like, hold the controller in a really odd way in order to actually do what you want. Because sometimes the game just wants you to press a lot of buttons at once. Especially if it wants you to shoot and dodge at the same time, which is pretty useful, but also pretty hard, because it's a twin-stick shooter in the sense that you use your right stick in order to shoot. But the dodge button's actually the X button, on the PS4 controller at least. On the Xbox 360 gamepad, it's the A button. I'm not doing well. And I am playing on PC, I just use a DualShock 4. And yeah, I could just change the controls, but I didn't. I didn't actually consider changing them when I started the game for the first time. Because I didn't know it was going to be necessary, and now I'm kind of used to the control scheme. I mean, I'm used to using the claw anyway for other games. Why did I dodge? I should have parried. Because parrying actually heals me. Thankfully, my health also gets replenished every time I defeat a phase of a boss. Ah. Third hit is delayed, I need to remember that, else I'll get hit if I try to parry. Ah. I don't know what she's doing there, just screaming. I was expecting a third hit there, which never came. Oh, she has a fourth hit now. I completely forgot this boss fight, to be honest, and how it works. Thankfully, these skills I've acquired while playing through the game make this rather easy, for the most part at least. Oh, I dodged right into that. Nice. Oh. So gravity's not my friend. Aw. And there I lost a life. But it's not a problem. As long as you only lose one life, you will have 3 again by the next phase, because every time you actually win a phase, you get a life back. But only one, so not all of them. And again, gravity, not my friend. Really like her to get away from that outer part. Because I don't like falling. The perfect parry, of course, was luck. Okay, this is the last real phase, because the final phase is always kind of, you know, just you dodging around a lot. But now she's hiding. Oh, I remember this. At least this should mean that she's somewhere else now, not on the outer ring. Oh, she's orange. She's... was hoping she wouldn't be so far outside again. And at least that part should almost be over. Oh. Oh, damn it. Now I need to do that part again. But thankfully, if you die, you only need to redo the one phase that you just failed to win. And she's again near the endless abyss that will damage me if I dodge into it accidentally. Oh, and she knocked me down. Sweet. I don't think I can actually dodge into that endless abyss of death in this mode. I might be wrong, and I am not trying to find out. Oh. Almost got me again. Parry gravity, that reminds me of 8-Bit Theater, an old Sprite comic where one of the characters actually used the shield to block the gravity damage, which was pretty impressive. Don't know why I remember that now. I'm just gonna parry these projectiles because I can. Oh, these purple ones, I need to watch out for those because they home in. She done now? Ah. Oh.
Well done. You put her out of her misery.
This upcoming boss is actually the one that sold me on the
She
game.
crashed through one day, frantically searching for something.
Not that he's very good, just he's incredibly different from the others.
They put her in a cage.
The ones you fought, at least so
Then
far.
you came along and they did even worse. Way worse. It all went so wrong. But we're going to make things right again. Together.